Weld cleanup is a critical post-welding process that involves removing excess material, spatter, slag, scale, and imperfections from welded joints to achieve a smooth, professional finish. This technique enhances the weld's appearance, improves structural integrity by reducing stress risers, and prepares the surface for painting, coating, or further assembly. It's widely used in industries such as automotive repair, construction, pipeline fabrication, and custom metalworking when employing carbide burrs, small, high-speed rotary tools crafted from tough tungsten carbide. For this task, the process becomes exceptionally efficient due to the burr's durability, precision, and ability to access tight areas. These tools are typically mounted on die grinders or pneumatic rotary devices and excel at material removal without excessive heat or vibration, making them superior to traditional files, grinders, or wire brushes for detailed work. In areas like Mason, Ohio, with its strong manufacturing presence near Cincinnati's industrial corridor, weld cleanup with carbide burrs is a staple in local auto shops and fabrication businesses, especially for tasks like repairing farm equipment or customizing vehicles amid Ohio's variable weather, where humidity can accelerate rust on untreated welds. This detailed description draws from established welding practices outlined in resources such as the American Welding Society, AWS standards, particularly AWSD 1.1 for structural welding, and guidelines from tool manufacturers like Ferd or Makita. It covers the fundamentals, step-by-step procedures, tool selection, best practices, safety measures, and common challenges, providing a comprehensive guide for both novices and experienced welders. Fundamentals of carbide burrs in weld cleanup. Carbide burrs are composed of a carbide head bonded to a steel shank, with fluted designs that facilitate chip removal and cooling. Common shapes for weld cleanup include ball, for rounded beads, cylindrical, for flat surfaces, and flame or tree, for contoured joints. Cut styles vary. Single cut for coarse, rapid removal with larger chips, ideal for heavy slag. Double cut for finer, smoother finishes with smaller chips. And coarse or profile cuts for specialized aggression. These burrs operate at high RPMs, typically 10,000 to 25,000, but speed must be adjusted based on the metal type, lower for heat-sensitive alloys to prevent discoloration. Their hardness allows them to handle both ferrous metals, like steel or iron, and non-ferrous ones, like aluminum or stainless steel, effectively. In Mason, Ohio, where local suppliers such as Grainger or MSC, Industrial Supply, offer a wide selection, welders often choose burrs with extended shanks for reaching into confined spaces, such as inside vehicle frames during winter repairs. When outdoor work is limited by cold snaps, step-by-step procedure for weld cleanup. Preparation and inspection. Allow the weld to cool fully, at least 30 minutes for most metals, to avoid thermal distortion. Inspect the joint visually and with tools like a magnifying glass or dye penetrant for defects such as cracks, porosity, or undercut. Clean loose debris with a wire brush or chipping hammer. Secure the workpiece on a stable bench or in a vise to prevent movement. In humid Ohio conditions, especially during Mason's rainy springs, apply a light anti-rust spray beforehand to protect exposed metal. Initial removal of excess material. Select an appropriate burr, e.g., a coarse single-cut ball burr for heavy spatter on steel welds. Start the rotary tool at a moderate speed, around 12,000 RPM, and approach the weld at a 45-degree angle with light, even pressure. Use short, sweeping motions to grind away high spots, slag, and spatter, working from the center outward to push debris away from the joint. For fillet welds, common in structural frames, focus on blending the toe, where the weld meets the base metal, to eliminate sharp edges that could cause fatigue cracks. Contouring and blending. Transition to a finer double-cut burr for shaping the weld bead to a uniform profile. Make overlapping passes to create smooth transitions, ensuring the weld merges seamlessly with the parent material without undercutting, removing too much base metal. For overhead or vertical welds, Use a pecking technique, brief contacts followed by lifts, to control heat and visibility. On stainless steel, which is prevalent in food-grade equipment around Ohio's agricultural sector, this step prevents contamination by maintaining a passive oxide layer. Final smoothing and polishing. Reduce speed to 8,000 to 10,000 IPM and switch to a polishing attachment or fine grit burr for a mirror-like finish. Move any remaining discoloration or oxide scale, then clean the area with compressed air and a solvent wipe. Inspect for uniformity using a straight edge or profilometer, and apply a protective coating if the piece will be exposed to elements, like in masons' outdoor construction projects. Best practices and optimization tips. To achieve optimal results, always match the burr to the weld type and metal. Use single cut for initial cleanup on brittle slag from stick welding, and double cut for gas metal arc welding, GEAW, beads on aluminum to avoid scratching. Lubrication enhances performance. Apply cutting oil or wax to reduce friction and extend burr life, particularly on non-ferrous metals that tend to gum up flutes. Work in well-lit areas and take frequent breaks to inspect progress, as overgrinding can weaken the joint. For efficiency, integrate carbide burrs with other tools, like following up with abrasive flaps for large areas. In local mason contexts, where welders might deal with seasonal temperature swings, e.g., freezing winters affecting metal brittleness, preheat tools slightly for better control and store burrs in dry conditions to prevent corrosion. Safety measures and common challenges. Safety is non-negotiable. Wear full personal protective equipment, PPE, including safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and a respirator to guard against metal dust and fumes, which can cause respiratory issues, a noted concern in industrial Ohio regions with air quality regulations. Ensure proper ventilation or use fume extractors, especially indoors during bad weather. Secure long hair and loose clothing to avoid entanglement with rotating tools. Common challenges include heat buildup leading to weld discoloration, mitigate with intermittent grinding and cooling pauses, or burr clogging. Clean flutes regularly with a brass brush. Over-aggressive removal can create gouges, so start conservatively and build up. If working on high-alloy steels, watch for work hardening, which dulls burrs faster. Rotate tools frequently.